Foul-smelling felines. That's something that should never be common or routine. So, if your cat really starts to stink, it's time to figure out the cause in a timely fashion. Here on the channel, I speak often about the fact that healthy felines are grooming felines. Cats will never deliberately appear unkempt if they can avoid it, and many times that lack of grooming and the appearance that comes with it is often a red flag that something is indeed wrong. In this material, we'll talk about smelly cats, and I'll go through a few of the most notable reasons why the family cat could be giving off a foul aroma. Is it something minor that requires nothing more than a quick fix? Or is that smell the sign of something serious? Interesting topic and hopefully a beneficial one. I've got you covered. Stay tuned. Let's kick things off with something that I noted in today's introduction, and that is grooming. Because while a lack of grooming can certainly indicate a health concern, the result of lack of grooming or a failure to groom in the long term is a foul odor. Try going a week without taking a shower. Not too pleasant, right? Well, the same can be said for a cat that is failing to groom for whatever the reasons. Dirt, debris, food, it can all result in a mixed bag of nasty odors, all tangled up and knotted in a cat's coat. If your pet is of senior status, grooming could be quite difficult and even painful. Arthritis and/or father time, well, that's just not a good combination. Cats that can tort their bodies in all types of positions in order to groom visually, I think we perhaps sort of take it for granted just how complex that it really is. When a cat is no longer able to reach those spots, fur will get dirty and stay that way without some measure of assisted grooming, either help from you or an assistance from a professional. Cats that are obese, whether they're young or old, they can also suffer from similar difficulties. And the results, unfortunately, can also be quite similar. A bad and a foul smell. And illness, those illness concerns. It is indeed worth saying again, in a lot of cases, one of the first signs that a cat is not feeling well is a lack of grooming. Now, if a health concern is indeed the reason, lack of grooming, at least in real time, is near the very bottom of the list with respect to actual concerns. But just know that a lack of grooming can result in a foul odor. Another potential cause of a foul odor is not from the fur or lack of grooming, but rather due to dental health. Your cat's teeth and your cat's gums. Similar to us humans, gingivitis can strike cats just the same. Swollen and infected gums can result in a less than pleasant smell. Another issue, and this is the result of gingivitis left untreated, and there is periodontal disease. More infections. Well, that'll equal more odor. Another reason is plaque and tartar buildup. Once again, similar to humans, if those teeth are not properly cared for, the result can not only lead to gum disease, but produce bad breath. And finally, the issues of tooth decay. More common in older felines, decay, broken and brittle teeth can lead to the formation of bacteria, and that can produce a foul odor. And to close it out with respect to dental concerns, if your cat has been outside and let's say they grab something or consume something that isn't exactly on your menu, you know what the results could be. If your cat is in nature, it could return home with breath that smells like it. We've talked about the fur, as in a lack of grooming, and we've talked about a variety of dental concerns, but now let's talk about your cat's ears. With infection becoming the key word of this video, your cat's ears can fall victim to a few issues. Bacterial and fungal infections, parasites, those ear mites, the presence of a foreign object inside of the ear. There could be a host of reasons for foul-smelling ears. If you notice that your cat seems uncomfortable, very uncomfortable, and is either tilting the head or shaking it back and forth, be proactive. Also, if you notice redness, swelling, or discharge from the ear itself, be sure that your pet receives medical attention as soon as possible. When your cat scratches, is there a slow and deliberate motion, a deliberate intention to that ear or ears, to the inside of the ears? Once again, be mindful of anything that seems beyond the norm. Make sure your cat receives the care that they need and deserve. We've talked fur, now let's talk about that skin. Various skin infections and skin ailments can lead to a foul-smelling feline. Ringworm, which is a fungal infection, can cause a very strong odor. The same can be said for bacterial infections that can be born from the skin becoming damaged and then infected. Scratches and open wounds are often the most common culprits. Does your cat groom in a very aggressive fashion, pulling out large chunks of fur? If so, the skin underneath can become very inflamed and agitated. This can lead to infection and potentially a less than pleasant smell. Cats with long fur, they can be under the hot light for yeast infections. Those skin folds near the ears, those are often hot spots for the development of yeast infections. And finally, we can't talk about the skin without talking about those fleas. If your cat becomes infested with fleas, the skin and the coat will indeed suffer. Irritated skin is unhealthy skin, and like so many of the other concerns, skin that has become compromised can produce a stench. Before we move on to the next subtopic, another notable, and I touched on it briefly when I spoke of yeast infections, but that involves cats, usually obese cats, developing moisture and bacteria under various skin folds. The skin unable to breathe, that area becomes trapped and closed off, and that can result in a foul smell. We've all seen those body spray commercials on television, and this is very much the same. Hard to reach areas for your felines, areas of the skin that are hidden under the folds of skin, they're always the most problematic, simply because they struggle to stay in the open air and in dry conditions. Moving on to other health concerns, issues of an internal nature, urinary tract infections and kidney disease. It can also potentially produce a foul odor. Harsh-smelling urine, something like ammonia, that can be the result of these issues. The ammonia scent, similar to an ammonia scent. If the strong smell, your cat's foul odor, if it only seems present while they're using the bathroom or in the immediate aftermath, your pet could be dealing with a urinary concern. Once again, if you notice something alarming, or in this case, smell something, be proactive. Anything that deviates from the normal, never ever ignore it. As we close things out, the final notable that we'll cover here today with respect to a foul-smelling feline is gut health. If your cat is dealing with gastrointestinal issues, there could be a negative odor. If your cat is sick, vomiting, and diarrhea, there could be a foul smell simply for the most obvious of reasons. Your cat is struggling with digestive issues, and that can lead to illness that you can see, unfortunately. Constipation, let's call it just the ability to complete a successful bathroom trip. Here again, these struggles can be not only uncomfortable for your pet, but also rather uncomfortable for you to handle, because so much of the odor could be of the external result of your cat's internal digestive concerns. As always, make sure your cat is consuming a cat-friendly diet, because while some felines have food sensitivities, they do have food sensitivities that require a special diet. Sometimes gastrointestinal issues are the result of consuming a less than healthy and less than gut-friendly diet. Given that our final notable dealt with gut health and many internal concerns manifesting themselves in the form of external, make sure your cat's litter box is also cat-friendly. Keep it clean. Make sure your cat's fur, body, but more so the paws, are clean and free of debris. Make sure that your pet is a fan of the actual litter. Make sure they approve of it and use it properly rather than avoiding it and attempting to do business elsewhere. Sometimes a stinky cat can be the result of an unclean litter box, or waste that has been carried out of the litter box and it's now unfortunately on your cat's fur. Clean things up and do your best not to let environmental concerns such as that litter box become a problem that causes your cat to stink. Keep that litter box fresh and keep your cat smelling fresh in the process. To the audience of Senior Cat Wellness, I admit this wasn't exactly butterflies and rainbows today. Not exactly a topic that leaves you with a smile, but certainly a topic worth covering. Having a stinky cat is bad, obviously, for the obvious reasons, but getting to the root cause of those reasons, that's the ultimate goal here. Whether the issue is a quick fix or something serious, being able to recognize the problem and having it resolved, that's always the end goal, the end game here. Even if that resolution is simply being proactive and getting the cat the professional treatment and care that they need. Your thoughts on this topic, anything that you'd like to add, that comment section, as always, it's all yours. And if you enjoyed this content, please give the video a like and subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you as a member of the Senior Cat Wellness family. And until next time, thank you so very much for watching, and I will talk to you later.